Hey, Circle. Tonight we're not talking about betrayal. We're talking about what happens after you wake up. Because loving yourself first is powerful. But what comes next? Standards. And standards change everything. Let me tell you something pretty gently. The moment you decide to love yourself properly, your tolerance shifts. Conversations feel different. Rooms feel different. Certain people feel different. And you start noticing what you ignored before. Not because you're critical, but because you're clear. Some of you are struggling right now, not because you don't love people, but because you finally see them. And clarity can feel lonely. When you raise your standards, you feel that separation. And separation feels like loss before it feels like protection. But hear me, not everyone is assigned to your next level. Some people were only equipped for your survival season, not your becoming season. And that's not bitterness, that's maturity. You cannot become who God called you to be while dragging relationships that were built around your insecurity. Some connections only work because you were over-giving, over-explaining, over-accommodating, over-forgiving, over-functioning. But when you stop over-functioning, the imbalance shows. And sometimes people will say, "You changed." Yes, you did. You had to. Because the version of you that tolerated confusion could not carry your calling. Standards are not arrogance. Standards are alignment. They are evidence that you've learned something. You don't respond to inconsistency the same. You don't excuse emotional immaturity the same. You don't chase communication. You don't beg for clarity. You don't convince grown adults to act grown. And that shift, it will cost you people. Let's talk about the cost. Growth has a price. Sometimes the price is access. Some people will lose access to you, not because you hate them, but because they mishandled you. And this is where many of you get stuck, because you confuse love with access. You can love someone and still limit their access. You can pray for someone and still protect your peace. You can forgive someone and still close the door. Jesus forgave, but he also withdrew. There were moments in Scripture when he left crowds to go pray alone. Why? Because even purpose needs protection. You cannot pour into everyone while neglecting yourself. You are not a rehabilitation center for emotionally unavailable people. You are not a healing station for those who refuse to do the work. And some of you keep reopening doors that God already closed because loneliness feels louder than wisdom. Let me say this clearly. Loneliness is temporary. Misalignment is costly. When you raise your standards, you will feel misunderstood. You will feel quieter. You will feel like fewer people can relate to you. That's okay. Elevation reduces noise, and not everyone can breathe at higher altitude. Let me say that again. And not everyone can breathe at a higher altitude. Some relationships were built around shared trauma, but when you heal, the glue dissolves. And now you're standing there thinking, what do we talk about now? You don't need drama to feel connected anymore. You don't need chaos to feel alive. You don't need to prove your loyalty through suffering. Loyalty does not require self-abandonment. Standards simply say, I will not participate and my own disrespect. That's it. You don't have to announce it. You don't have to post it. You don't even have to defend it. You just enforce it quietly. And here's something else. Standards also apply to you. You can't demand consistency and be inconsistent. You can't require emotional intelligence and refuse self-reflection. You can't expect communication and shut down when uncomfortable. Becoming comes with responsibility. If you want better, you must become better. Not perfect, but accountable. And when you do that, something beautiful happens. Peace replaces pressure. Clarity replaces confusion. Discernment replaces anxiety. And suddenly, you're no longer asking, why does this keep happening to me? Because you stopped allowing it. Some of you don't need closure. You need conviction. Conviction to stop going back. Conviction to stop lowering the bar. Conviction to stop romanticizing potential. Conviction to stop answering late night calls from people who disappear during the day. Conviction to build what you were called to build. Because here's the truth. Your next level requires focus. You cannot write the book while babysitting dysfunction. You cannot build the app while emotionally managing someone's ego. You cannot launch the business while constantly recovering from chaos. Your energy is currency. Let me say that again. Your energy is currency. Spend it wisely. Circle. Standards are not walls. They are filters. And filters protect quality. You are not difficult. You are disciplined. You are not cold. You are clear. You are not isolating. You are intentional. And the right people, they won't be intimidated by your growth. They'll be inspired by it. The right connections won't ask you to shrink. They'll stretch with you. They won't compete with your calling. They'll support it. And until that alignment arrives, stay focused, stay steady, stay rooted, because who you are becoming is worth the separation. Let's close this with something simple. If you've been feeling the tension of growth, if you've been grieving people you had to outgrow, if you've been misunderstood for choosing peace, you are not wrong. You are evolving, and elevation is uncomfortable until it's undeniable. I love you. Keep your standards. Keep your softness. Keep your strength. And most importantly, keep becoming. Peace. Follow for more healing messages and join Circle of Friends. Subscribe for weekly faith-based encouragement and share with someone you know.